Israel strikes Sanaa, and a wave of explosions tears through Yemen's capital, shattering the night with thunderous booms and sending towering clouds of smoke into the sky as residents scramble through streets littered with debris and shattered glass, while emergency vehicles race to scenes of destruction and hospitals struggled to cope with a sudden surge of casualties as local reports speak of at least 9 people killed and dozens injured, including women and children, according to Houthi officials quoted by international news agencies. Witnesses describe an eerie orange glow lighting the skyline as repeated blasts echo across the city, a clear sign that the operation was large in scale and carefully coordinated. The Israeli military states that it targeted military and strategic Houthi sites, including command centers and intelligence hubs, describing the action as a precise and powerful strike intended to degrade the rebels' ability to launch drone and missile attacks. For their part, the Houthis claim that some of the bombs struck residential areas and vital infrastructure, raising fresh concerns about collateral damage and the proportionality of force used in the operation. Observers note that the strike came just hours after a Houthi drone attack on the southern Israeli city of Eilat wounded more than 20 people, a rare and high-profile breach of Israel's air defenses that likely triggered a rapid and forceful response. Military analysts highlight the scale and complexity of the operation, with multiple aircraft reportedly involved and precision-guided munitions deployed to limit unintended damage. The intensity of the bombardment suggests one of the most extensive Israeli strikes on Yemen in recent months, designed not only to neutralize immediate threats, but also to send a deterrent message to the Houthi leadership and their regional allies. Israeli radar systems had earlier detected missile launches from Yemen and claimed to have intercepted them, underscoring the rapidly escalating tit-for-tat cycle that has begun to stretch far beyond the borders of Israel and the Gaza conflict that initially ignited this round of hostilities. The risk of wider regional escalation looms large as each new strike increases the chance of miscalculation or unintended consequences. Any civilian casualties, damage to critical infrastructure, or failure to significantly weaken Houthi capabilities could provoke fresh retaliation, drawing in other regional actors and deepening instability in a part of the Middle East already marked by years of conflict and humanitarian crisis. Yemen's fragile infrastructure and war-weary population faced yet another setback as hospitals and relief agencies warn that repeated air raids exacerbate already dire shortages of food, medicine, and clean water. International observers and humanitarian groups voice alarm as reports emerge that residential neighborhoods and possibly media offices were among the locations hit, with previous incidents in Yemen having already drawn criticism for attacks on journalists and press facilities. The question of distinguishing legitimate military targets from civilian or press-related infrastructure becomes a flashpoint for debate over international law and the rules of engagement in modern warfare. For Israel, the operation serves a dual purpose: to protect its population from Houthi drone and missile fire, and to signal that it is willing to project force well beyond its immediate neighborhood whenever it perceives a direct threat. For the Houthis, the strikes reinforce their narrative of resistance against a more powerful adversary, and may galvanize further support among their base and sympathetic actors in the region. Both sides understand that the military clash is inseparable from an information war in which shaping global perception is as crucial as any battlefield success. Analysts point to the unique character of this confrontation. It illustrates how conflicts once considered separate the Yemen civil war and the Israel-Palestine crisis are now merging into a broader regional struggle. The Houthis have spent years developing underground missile facilities and more sophisticated drone technology, making them a more difficult target and forcing Israel to adapt its tactics. Modern warfare here is as much about precision strikes and electronic countermeasures as about the dramatic images of explosions and fireballs that dominate global headlines. For viewers and audiences trying to make sense of the chaos, the dramatic visuals of the Sanaa night sky serve as both a powerful symbol of the growing reach of regional conflict and a reminder of the human cost borne by civilians far from the original. The spectacle of powerful airstrikes masks a complex strategic calculus and a fragile humanitarian reality, a convergence of high technology and age-old grievances that continues to reshape the political map of the Middle East without any clear path to resolution.